Hi, and welcome to the Shadow Seekers, where we explore the unknown, the unexplained, and the mysterious. Have you ever walked alone at night and felt like someone is watching you? What if the thing following you wasn't entirely human? In today's terrifying story, we dive deep into the spine-chilling urban legend of the Smiling Man. The eerie figure seen lurking in the shadows, known for his disturbing grin and unnatural movements. Imagine this. You're walking home alone after midnight. The streets are eerily empty, the air thick with silence, when suddenly, you sense you're not alone. This is the story of the Smiling Man, a terrifying urban legend that has haunted the internet for over a decade. But some say it's more than just a story. The most famous story comes from a Reddit user named Blue Title, who shared his disturbing experience in 2012. He wasn't the only one to have such a sighting, but his story, well, it chills you to the core. It happened on a quiet street in the early hours of the morning. As he walked, he noticed a man in the distance, a tall man unusually thin, wearing a dated suit. His movements were bizarre, like he was dancing to music only he could hear. But the most unsettling part was his grin. A wide, frozen smile stretched across the man's face, unnaturally large and completely emotionless. At first, our storyteller tried to ignore him, but as he crossed the street to avoid the figure, the Smiling Man stopped, turned, and began following him. He picked up his pace, so did the Smiling Man. He tried to lose him, but the figure mirrored his every move, silent, relentless, always smiling. Our storyteller sprinted down the block, ducking into a 24-hour convenience store. When he dared to look back, the Smiling Man had vanished. He never saw him again. But that face, that horrifying, stretched grin haunted his dreams for weeks. And after sharing his encounter online, dozens of others claimed similar sightings. A Reddit user once shared their terrifying experience while visiting a small town in the Pacific Northwest. It was around 2 a.m., and they were walking back to their motel after grabbing a late-night snack. The streets were empty, silent, except for faint humming. As they turned the corner, they saw him. A tall, unnaturally thin man, dressed in an outdated suit, standing perfectly still under a flickering street lamp. His face stretched in an exaggerated, impossible grin far too wide to be normal. As they hurried back, they heard footsteps behind them, rhythmic, deliberate. But when they turned around, the street was completely empty. Locals later told them about the Smiling Man, a figure people sometimes see late at night, and those who follow his smile too long, well, some never come back. Some say the Smiling Man is a paranormal entity, a shadow being that feeds on fear. Others believe he's a modern myth, fueled by our instinctive terror of strange behavior and empty streets. But skeptics argue, maybe it's just deranged individuals, or our minds playing tricks late at night. Regardless, one thing is clear. There's something deeply unsettling about a stranger who smiles and follows without a word. Urban legend, mass hysteria, or is the Smiling Man still out there, lurking in the dark, just waiting for his next midnight stroll? Would you run if you saw him, or would you smile back? Let me know in the comments. And remember, If you're walking alone at night, keep your eyes open. And as always, stay curious.